My excitement about getting back to Mt Rainier after years was pumped by the fact that I was going in expecting little sleep, constant driving, and ever-changing weather. Needless to say, that's exactly what I got and more. Our trip to Mt Rainier was a lot more than I could have hoped for, especially the ending. Watch till the end to see one of the best fog inversions I've ever witnessed. After arriving to Mowich Lake Campground after sunset, Connor and I ate a quick dinner and took a nap before heading out at 4 a.m. to start our hike up to Tolmie Peak and the Fire Hut Lookout. The ever-enthusiastic and hiking buddy that Connor is was the best bug repellent around, and that's the real reason why I bring him along. The hike itself is only an hour and a half to 2 hours long to reach the Fire Hut, so by the time we reached it, sunrise had already started. Tolmie Peak all to ourselves. I'm loving it. Did you enjoy your hike up here? Yeah. What was the least fun?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Morning.
So, did you say why no one else walked here at 4 in the morning?
Oh, so I can't believe it.
Yeah. Idiots. They missed everything. All the light. All this beautiful light. Well, we got the whole fire hut to ourselves. And we've basically got this entire, area to ourselves. Pretty nice. Like, look at that. It's a pretty spectacular view. Even better than this view is the fact that I can just sit around and wait for the light to hit Mt Rainier. This is such a pretty mountain. I really wish that there was less socked in clouds. Like, I think if there was bigger gaps, and then we would see the light. That's what I wish was happening. But still, this is pretty good. I really enjoy kind of hanging out here and taking my time and watching everything happening. Not much else to do. Although you're getting surrounded by mosquitoes. Oh boy.
Probably killed 15 or 20 by now.
Yeah, they're really attracted to you. Look at that. I have 0 around me. That's not even fair. You are my mosquito repellent. It is. I guess we all have to make sacrifices for the perfect photo. In this case, it wasn't me. Sorry, Connor. But the clouds did part and the light came through, and it just created such a dramatic atmosphere for Mt Rainier. It was perfect. There's color there, like the red color, that's the sunrise. It's very pretty. But, like, just right over there. But what happens is you've got all these other dark clouds that basically cover up any kind of chance of the light coming through. This part of the peak, you can actually walk along here and then go all the way to the top. Huh. It's very interesting. I was really looking forward to a glorious sunrise at Tolmie Peak with epic light rays, clouds, and even a layer of fog. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and I made the most of it. In this shot, the small gaps in the clouds were helpful to allow some light to peek through and create a more dynamic scene. I especially liked how at one point the clouds in this shot added a dramatic look when the light hit the volcano that had just me drooling over how beautiful it looked. So we just left Tolmie Peak, and the experience was nice because we had it to ourselves. Plus 9 million mosquitoes that essentially just ate us alive as we were standing there. And the moment you stop moving is when they get you. And the minute you even just wave your hand in front of your face, they just gravitate down towards your legs and your nether regions, and it just becomes uncomfortable. You feel them nowhere, but you hear them everywhere, and you kind of want to just run away, but the view is so beautiful, and the mountain, well, Mt Rainier, the volcano, is just getting lit up and has the most spectacular contrast, just beautiful. And next thing you know, you're just eaten alive. So it was a brave choice to stay as long as we did, but we ended up just turning around because although the light is really beautiful and it's getting sunny, it was really sucked in when we got there, it just was too much. Not worth it. Not worth it. You can always come back in September where there's a lot less of these stupid mosquitoes. So we're heading up to Panorama Ridge or Panorama Viewpoint, Panorama Point by the Skyline Trail, and it's pretty socked in if you guys can see behind me, but we like it. I think it's great conditions because it's been so hot and muggy and humid. This is actually beautiful. The colors are popping more. It's got like a creek and a meadow and chipmunks everywhere. It's like being in the Sound of Music. It's really, really nice here. And very peaceful. It's only like 1.7 miles until we reach the top. So, oh, hello, chipmunk. So yeah, once we get to the top, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So, if we don't get a view tonight, what do we do?
We eat food and we come back down.
Yeah! Eat food, come back down. Maybe not in the dark in the fog, but it's okay. It's a pretty easy trail.
Sure, pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully we don't get sucked in, but it looks like we will be because the cloud has definitely come down lower and it is definitely coming in harder and more faster, and that's sometimes I like that, but not now. Well, if I had this as my backyard to hang out in and take a nap, that's exactly what I do. He looks pretty happy and completely, he's like, I need a nap. So we made it. We're so close. So like, what, 5 minutes away? 7 minutes away? 12 minutes away? I don't know. But look at the view behind me. Look at that. That is a very beautiful view. I'm very excited to go and get a higher viewpoint for it. Probably if we didn't have this much fog cloud cover, we would see the whole vista from up top at the Panorama, what is it? Panorama Ridge? I'm so bad at remembering these names. It's written everywhere along the route, but I keep forgetting. But yeah, so excited to see it. And once we get up there, I think we're just going to wait it out. Hopefully the fog lifts for a little bit. I get some shots in with good light. If not, we'll just eat some dinner and hang out. Yeah.
It's moments like these that it's good to have someone who's not only a great mosquito repellent, but also a good-looking hiking partner who pushes you to go on because, I'll be honest, I was not feeling hopeful after our first sunrise hike to Tolmie Peak didn't turn out how I had expected. But man, was I wrong about this hike. The views upwards towards Panorama Point were epic, and seeing mountain goats, chipmunks, marmots all along the way was so worth it. Hello. Top of the world?
Not yet.
That's Mount Baker over there. Peeking past the inversion. Oh, hello, chipmunk. Hello. I have no food for you. Go on with your day. And they're all so fat and happy. But yeah, look at Mount Baker. Wow. So we made it up to Panorama Point, and while we were going around the corner, well, we have Mt Rainier behind us, right there. Just spectacular on its own, so close. And then right in front of me, I'll just turn the camera around, you have what I'm almost certain is Baker, and obviously some mountain ranges in the front, and this beautiful fog that's just been settled in here and moving slowly, not rising, which I'm so ecstatic about. When it's just this level, maybe a little bit lower, and then the sun is going to set behind us, really all I'm looking forward to is the color just popping off on these rocks. And from there, I'm just going to set up my shot. So what I have right now, I'll show you guys. So this is what I have set up right now, and the reason I chose this simple shot with the clouds and just a little bit, you know, with the peaks and Mount Baker behind it is mainly because I figured just go simple right now and then go more wide shot. So whether that I keep this composition for now or not doesn't really make a difference for me. I'm just doing some test shots for compositions and may move around a bit. So we'll see how, as the light changes, as time goes on, what I'll have. But for now, we're just going to hang out, have some dinner. I'm going to see, I love composition hunting, so I'm just going to see what I can get from around here. And I want to, I'll show you guys now, I want to move the mountain like Baker. I want to make sure that it's composed properly in terms of, you know, not being all heavy on one side with the fog on the other. Trying to see, making sure if I maybe have to move up a little bit higher, go a little bit, look down, or change my lens, go to telephoto. So I'm going to try some stuff out and see what comes out best. Okay, so I think I found an actual better composition slightly, just because it's a little bit higher elevation from where the Panorama Point is. And I'll show you guys now. The reason it's better is because Mount St. Helens actually it's above the peaks that are in front of it, so much better composition. So I'll show you now what it looks like. There, if you can see, Mount St. Helens is right there, and then these peaks are a bit covered. Of course, the fog is coming and going, but for the most part, I just think the vista is really beautiful. So the vista starts, you can see the color there, and it kind of, the fog, if you follow it over with the cloud inversion, it kind of has this really nice layout. So I'm going to climb a bit higher just to see if there's an even better viewpoint up there. And then I'm going to come down and join Connor because he's just cooking some food right now. And if this is the spot that I'm going to take some shots for sunset, I'm going to lug up my gear up here and yeah, just get comfy on the rocks here. As comfy as we can.
You know how they say you gotta just trust that things will work out and go with the flow? I couldn't get over how perfect the conditions were becoming minute by minute. I definitely was beyond thrilled as to how lucky we were for our first time to see a fog inversion during sunset at a gorgeous location such as Skyline Trail in Mt Rainier. One thing I didn't expect at Skyline Trail was this cool stone bathroom that also served as a good lookout for the dramatic fog inversion below. Also, I loved how the door reminded me of a hobbit's house.
I don't know if you guys can hear the actual water that's just flowing so strongly behind me from the glacier from Mt Rainier. It's so beautiful here. The sound, it sounds like glacier, like ice breaking, but I know that it's just the strong force of the water. And it's quite a nice addition to seeing the mountain. So I think I'm gonna, it's really tricky, it's so hard to choose. Like, I want to do this side with Mount Rainier, and I also want to do the other side with the inversion with Mount St. Helens, and then there's also Mount Baker that's on to my to my right. So I think I'm gonna probably stay on the top here on this mountain so I can do both, because being a photographer and a landscape photographer, I don't want to choose. I want to have both, and I want to definitely revel in the fact that I'm not going to come here for another little bit, and maybe the conditions won't be like this, so I'm going to take full advantage of it. So as I got to this top part, I kind of got, well, I did actually get what I wanted, which is Mount Rainier to my left, just up there. And also having the cloud inversion just behind me. I'm lucky that this kind of hill is up here. I just ran up here for scouting and just saw, okay, this is an opportunity. If the clouds rise and the fog kind of increases and gets more dense near Mount St. Helens and blocks it out, I'm just going to have this opportunity to film here and also shoot some shots. So for me right now, I'm just waiting for Connor to come and join me. And yeah, and then we're just going to hang out here. There's some nice rocks to sit on, kind of sheltered from the bugs, from the wind. And yeah, it's been really nice. I think the most I can ask for right now is just killer light. Killer light. If this light comes, then this is going to make up for today's sunrise being a little bit mediocre. And then, yeah, who knows? Maybe tonight we'll get to Mount St. Helens and have amazing stars. And if not, I'll still be happy. Hello. Enjoying the view?
Yes, nice.
Yeah. So nice. Wow. So, fog inversion, it's happening. It looks perfect, and I'm really loving the colors that are coming through and the way that the fog is moving really slowly. Very beautiful for patterns, and I'm trying to get as many shots that are either bracketed or just doing light painting different. I'm waiting for the light to change in the fog and seeing where it moves. I'm gonna do switch my telephoto right now just to do a couple of more or just like shots with the fog that create against the light, and I just love the textures like that. So I'm going to kind of aim for this mountain that's just at the end there that's getting lit up by the sun right now, and hopefully it comes out. So we just finished up and we're heading back, and we're going to take a shortcut known as the Golden Lane Trail. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I'll tell you guys after. But it's a really nice night. The fog inversion has stuck around for the remainder of the sunset, and everywhere is like bursts of pink and red. Just really nice. And I got the shots I wanted, and I filmed a lot. I did a little bit of a time lapse so you guys can see that. Just overall, really, really wonderful night, and so happy that we made it up here. I did tell Connor 80% of the way we were socked in with fog. I was like, let's just turn around. Don't bother doing it. You know, it's just gonna be like Elfin Lakes. We're not gonna get much. Like, I gave up. I was a wimp. But it turns out, he said, let's persist and let's keep going, and very much worth it. And I think the shots I got, I really love. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you again so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And here are my shots.